Hi, I hope you're having a great day. Well, today is World Diabetes Day, and it's an apt topic to talk about right now because India is the diabetic capital of the world. And this isn't cool. You see, a lot of people are getting diabetes today. A lot of people are suffering from diabetes, and it can be prevented because type 2 diabetes is a lifestyle disorder, which means it is caused by poor lifestyle, which also means that it can get better when people start making lifestyle changes. There are very, very few diabetics who may struggle to really get off medication. But today, as we're speaking, we have hundreds and hundreds of people who have reversed their type 2 diabetes by making lifestyle changes. And a lot of them will be in this group right now watching the video live. So what we did this morning, I asked all of my nutritionists, my clinical dietitians, my doctors, my lifestyle experts, to come up with the top lifestyle changes and things that people have done over the last couple of years to either reverse their diabetes or to start getting their sugar levels down, their medication down. So when I say their medication down, you should know that you should never just jump off your own medication that your doctors put you on, but you can work with your doctor to reduce your medication, because every time you go back to your doctor with your medical reports, you made lifestyle changes and your doctor sees that your sugar levels are stabilizing, he's going to be the one to reduce your medication. And it's so important for us to understand that there are 4 verticals when it comes to this. So this video may be a little bit longer, so take your time. You can watch it later if you're busy right now, but I'm going to break it into 4 verticals and share with you all the powerful things that people are doing to prevent diabetes. And if you have it, you can see what suits your lifestyle and try to do these things to reverse it. Because like I said, I'm going to put that in your head again. Lifestyle diseases are caused by poor lifestyle, which means when we make changes on our lifestyle, there is a huge possibility that we can recover. The first vertical is nutrition. And what's worked for most people is going low carb. But you see, a lot of people have gone low carb and they don't get the desired results. They don't lose weight. They lose weight for a little bit of time. Their sugar levels don't change. Because when you go low carb, you also need to make sure that you balance your proteins and your fats. So people go low carb, they go high protein, but they don't focus on the fats. There are good fats and there are bad fats. You need good fats. Fats are required for your hormones. It's a precursor to your hormones. And insulin, which is involved with your diabetes, is also a hormone, like thyroxine for the thyroid and so many other hormones in your body. So people who go low fat have more hormonal problems. If you're going low fat, go low fat on all the bad fats found in junk food, processed foods, refined oils, and all of that stuff. But the good fats like your nuts, like your seeds, the good cold pressed oils, all of these are great for your diabetic condition. So if you go low carb, I'm speaking to so many people today, so it's different for everyone. You'll have to figure out your calculation, with help or by trial and error. But if you go low carb, you increase your protein and you increase your fats, because if there is anything can drop your sugar levels the safe way, it is going low carb, because carbohydrates have messed up disease in today's world. We're eating so many carbohydrates, and there are good carbs and there are bad carbs. Okay, diabetics don't have to stop rice. They have to eat rice the same way, mixed with lentils. So like a khichdi or dal chawal, when you mix it, it changes the way it behaves in the human body. But when people have piles of white rice and just a little bit of vegetable and dal on the side, it is going to spike up your sugar levels. So more than single foods, it is the combination of foods that makes the biggest difference when it comes to diabetics. So for example, most diabetics stop eating fruits completely. No, they can have fruits. There are good fruits and there are high sugar fruits. But when you have a fruit, you want to make sure post the fruit you have a couple of almonds or walnuts, because the fiber and the protein in the nuts will basically synergize with the simple sugars in your carbohydrates and not let your blood sugar levels rise too high. So you have a big meal, you want to add more fiber, because fiber doesn't allow your blood sugar levels to rise too fast. So you see, it's the smart combination, and the people who are doing it the right way are not going onto fad diets and restrictive diets. They're eating smartly. Each meal is well planned, and it's simple food that can do it. So the first step is low carb, more protein and more fat to balance it out. The second is portion control. Most people get portion control wrong. If you eat exactly how much your body needs, your body will produce how many enzymes it needs to break down food and the right amount of insulin. But when we're overeating, we're eating too often, too frequently, we're making our pancreas produce more and more insulin. We're tiring out our cells. We have insulin insensitivity problems. So portion control, and let me link chewing. especially diabetics who chew, and we've done these experiments with people. We make them chew their meal really slow, chew it in their mouth, swallow it, and you will see that the blood sugar levels over time don't rise that much, because when we send undigested food, which we've eaten really quickly and not chewed well, into our system, we need to produce more of everything: acids, amylase, lipase, insulin, and everything else. So by just slowing down, two things will happen. You will eat less, and you will have a better control over your blood sugar levels. We spoke about fiber. Now, don't overdo it on fiber, because fiber can be good and bad. You have too much of fiber, you cause irritation in your gut. So when you're having a balanced meal, the right amount of fiber, only you can tell how much of fiber is good for you by eating fiber and making sure that you don't bloat up, you don't get too gassy. Okay, I'm going to talk about the functional foods that have worked. We get something called jamun vinegar. That's Jamun vinegar, like apple cider vinegar, coconut vinegar. Jamun vinegar is a functional food when it comes to diabetes. So is methi. Methi is your fenugreek in the form of seeds, powders, soaked, added to your food. Cinnamon, Sri Lankan rolled cinnamon is a power food. It is a functional food when it comes to diabetes. So is green coffee bean extract, flax seeds. Just by adding flax seeds over your salads into your food or mixing it with water ground, that is great for your sugar levels as well. Amla, we did a whole video on the power of Indian gooseberry, which is amla, and how you can consume it. Karela juice as well. Now, what we need to understand, these are functional foods. Just don't start overdoing it, thinking your diabetes will go away, because I'm going to talk about other lifestyle changes that have to work with your nutrition to basically change this. Now, don't overdo it on fruits. A big problem that I see in India, people have started having huge platters of fruit. You need to understand, fruits will also lead to spikes in your sugar levels. Have one fruit at a time. If it's an apple, have an apple. If it's a small bowl of papaya, have a small bowl of papaya. Don't have more fruits. More fruits doesn't mean more health, especially for people who have diabetes. And when people overdo it on fruits, they have something called fructose malabsorption in their gut, which causes more problems with their gut and their sugar levels. So don't overdo anything. Just because something is good for you doesn't mean more of it is going to heal you. You have to understand that fruits should be spaced out. You can have one in the morning, maybe one mid-morning, and maybe one in the evening if you want. Space it out, followed by your almonds, your walnuts, your peanuts, or some nuts which are unsalted. Now, what's worked best on the lifestyle front is intermittent fasting. Now, again, please, I have no answer for you if you have diabetes. You need to try it out. The people who have reversed their type 2 diabetes with these changes and intermittent fasting have mindfully controlled their sugar levels and their fasting windows. Some of them started off with 9 hours. They watched their sugar levels to see that it didn't fall too low, and they found their balance. But I can't tell you how powerful fasting is when it comes to your blood sugar levels. Okay, the most important point for diabetics or for any condition and health in this country is the earlier your dinner, the healthier you are going to be. The earlier your dinner, your blood sugar levels are going to behave better for you in the morning. We're designed to wake up with good blood sugar levels, but most people will have irregular blood sugar levels when they've had a late night meal, a heavy meal, and kept very little gap between their meal and between their bedtime. So like I call it the circadian rhythm intermittent fasting, which is not 1680, none of that stuff. You try to have your meal by sunset. If you can't, maybe by 7 o'clock, 7:30, the earliest possible meal. And then when you wake up in the morning, you break your fast within 12 hours. Now, if you're still hungry, your sugar levels are behaving, listen to your body, and you can add a couple of hours more of fasting. But if you're hungry, your blood sugar levels are wavering, break the fast. It's not about achieving a magic number. It's about seeing how your blood sugar levels behave with the amount of fasting that you're doing. So control it, be mindful. Sometimes people, maybe at 9 or 10, they'll find a slight dip in their sugar. They may need to eat the first time because you're doing something new in your body. So mindfully do it. You need help, take help, professional help to do it the right way. But most people mindfully can play around with their sugar levels and their food timings. You find your sugar levels dipping, eat something. But over time, don't give up. Over time, your body will adjust to it because people are eating too much. Even for the people eating every 2 hours, please stop that unless your sugar levels are really fluctuating and your doctor's medication is dependent on how often you eat. Because the more you eat, the more you're producing of insulin, the more you're tiring out your cells. So like I always say, every disease heals and every organ detoxifies in a state of complete rest. And that state of complete rest comes from good sleep and when you shut food from your system, giving every organ and your digestive system a complete break. Let's move to the next vertical, exercise. One of the biggest reasons people get diabetes is also because they're sedentary. If you are sedentary, you have the biggest possibility of getting diabetes. And we see that across the world. Sedentary people have the ability to get diabetes way quicker. We need blood circulation. Every organ in your body, your pancreas, your cells, every cell, trillions of cells require oxygen and blood and nutrients from the blood, from the food that you eat. Happens when we exercise. We create blood circulation. So if you are sedentary, the first thing that you need to start doing is walking. Whatever exercise it is, it could be walking, it could be swimming, it could be weight training, but some amount of cardio is extremely, extremely important for you. So please understand that this is very, very important for you. So if you're sedentary, the first thing is to start moving every single day, at least 30 minutes. Give yourself time for a 30-minute walk. You can't do 30 minutes, do 15 minutes. What we've seen that works beautifully for the blood sugar levels of our diabetics, if you can, 30 minutes after your breakfast, 30 minutes after your lunch, and 30 minutes after your dinner. If you're able to take a 10-minute walk, we've seen an incredible change in the blood sugar levels. Okay, and it makes a lot of scientific sense because within 30 minutes after a meal, that's the time your sugar levels are rising. So you add some amount of activity, just a light stroll, 10 minutes. It could be in your house, at office, take a couple of calls, but make it a habit. So you're getting 10 minutes in the morning after breakfast, 10 after lunch, 10 after dinner. And over and above that, if you can fit in a workout, that is great for you. But like I say, try this and see your sugar levels. Through realization, you will learn that the simple things work for your disease. So walking, yoga is super powerful. There are asanas designed for your blood sugar levels, blood circulation, oxygen reach through your pranayama, and all of these things. So exercise. Without exercise, you will not be able to reverse your diabetes or get better. So please understand, activity is extremely important, not just for your diabetes, but for every function in the human body. Our bodies were not designed to sit as much as we sit today. We were designed to move. The third vertical is sleep. There is medical science showing the correlation of 1 night of sleep deprivation on your blood sugar levels. Okay, so that says it all. You can eat the best food, but if you're not sleeping well at night, you will have irregular blood sugar levels. So like I said, if you're looking at reversal or getting better or prevention, you got to integrate everything, your nutrition, your exercise, and your sleep. So the less sleep you have, the worse blood sugar levels you have. Not just blood sugar, blood pressure, low immunity, and everything else. Sleep is magic. So we must work towards sleeping. We must look at the things that are stopping us from sleeping, the lifestyle changes that we require, and we will post all the videos that we've done, for better sleep, exercise, nutrition, and all of these things in the thread. But please understand, sleep is very important. And you have the possibility of also developing diabetes with sleep deprivation because your body doesn't have a chance to balance your insulin and your blood sugar levels because you're not sleeping enough. The fourth, and this is by far one of the most important, your stress. Today, even doctors know the impact of stress on your sugar levels. About a month ago, I was in Bangalore at a medical university. We were doing hospital rounds and I asked the top diabetologist over there, what is the number one reason? Because he said, we're seeing so many diabetic cases coming in more than ever. I said, what is the top one reason that you think people are coming with diabetes? Expecting him to say sugar, junk, and all of that stuff. He said, stress, stress, and stress. When you are stressed, you're producing cortisol. See, a little bit of stress here and there isn't going to hurt us. That's good stress for us. I'm talking about chronic stress. I'm talking about deeply rooted emotional stress. We have cortisol, high cortisol, adrenaline. Our hormones are all over the place. We will have high blood sugar levels because in the sympathetic nervous system, your blood sugar levels automatically rise. So if we have more stress in our life, we have to have more outlets to release stress. I'm not here to say that we have to have no stress in our life. That's not possible. Every human being has stress in their life. In fact, the more stress that you have in your life, the more outlets you have to have. What are these outlets we're talking about? We're talking about meditation. We're talking about prayer, your spiritual path, a hobby, good friends around you, outlets like spending time with your family, your kids, watching a movie here and there. You need to have outlets. So the more stress, the more outlets you have. At the end of the day, the bitter, ugly truth is only we are responsible for the stress in our life. We all have the option to accept, let go, make choices, but we don't do that. So we need to understand that stress is directly connected with blood sugar levels and diabetes. So no matter how much you have going on in your life and you're sick, your body's trying to tell you to slow down, to make lifestyle changes. So it is so important for us to learn the art of meditation, to learn how to release, to learn how to relax. In fact, the more stress you have in your life, the more you need to learn how to relax. So at least inside of your body, things are taken care of on their own. So this is so important. We've also seen a huge link between chronically constipated people and highly acidic people and their blood sugar levels. So if you are chronically constipated, that is not a good thing for you. Please understand, constipation is looked at as something which most people live with. Not too many people are worried with it, but we see the connections with cancer, diabetes, liver function, and all of these things. And you don't need to go to medical school to understand this. Constipation, you're keeping waste. You're keeping waste in your system more than required. What happens when you keep waste in one place for too long? You have a toxic overload in your body, you lower your immune system, you have gases, you have more acids, everything that is connected with every possible inflammatory disease on this planet. And acidity. So if you are acidic, if you are constipated, start making lifestyle changes to deal with that. But living with it has the possibility of causing all these problems. Please understand, people, you must listen to your doctors, you must do everything, but you must also know that just because you're on diabetic medication and your levels are in place, okay, you don't take life easy, okay, because today we're seeing the direct correlation of people who are living years and years with diabetes, especially with the combination of high blood pressure, how it damages your kidney. So you may be on medication, use it as a crutch, but it is your responsibility to make lifestyle changes and make sure that your levels are coming down. Work with your doctor. Have a doctor who believes you can get better. If you have a doctor who doesn't believe you can get better, change your doctor. Because doctors, nutritionists, all of us, our vision is we take an oath to help to heal people, not maintain people. Maintaining people is very easy, but going the extra step to heal people, encourage them, help them to make lifestyle changes so that they can get better is all that medicine talks about, getting people better. Today, everyone is on maintenance. They're on 5 pills, their levels are fine, and they think they're healthy. They're not healthy. They still have a problem in their body, but it's only the medicine which is chemically suppressing the symptom. So if you are on medication, please work very hard with your professionals to slowly start reducing that over time, and they can reduce it if you take responsibility and you make these lifestyle changes that we're talking about. Your nutrition, your exercise, your sleep, and your stress. Everything I spoke about doesn't cost you money. It only costs you a little bit of discipline, consistency, and a little bit of effort, which is really worth it, because today we're seeing people chronically sick. And please know, it is not okay to live with diabetes. So if you can and you have the ability to change your disease, please do everything that you can't. And some people who genuinely, a small population, who cannot reverse it because of other metabolic problems, there are so many other lifestyle changes that you can make so that the side effects of the disease don't harm your other organs. So it is not okay to have diabetes and high blood pressure at the same time. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to motivate you that if you do have that, please make changes, because at some point your liver will get impacted. So the human body has this intelligence to heal itself. We need to just give it the platform, the internal environment and the external environment around us. If the human body has the perfect internal and external environment, it has the ability to use its own intelligence to heal you. And the intelligence that has reversed type 2 diabetes of thousands of people around the world is the same intelligence that most of you have. You just got to tie it in together and make sure that it works for you. Have a great day, everyone. Awareness is very important. And please also, I want to talk about one more thing. People in India think my parents have diabetes, which means it's hereditary and I'm going to get it. Very few cases highly genetic. Most no. The same lifestyles that your parents live, you're living the same thing, so you will get diabetes. Make those lifestyle changes. I have so many people where the grandparents and the parents have diabetes, but the family below and the new generation don't have it at all because they've made lifestyle changes. So please understand, health is our responsibility. It is not the responsibility of the doctors or anyone out there. They're there to help you when you have a problem. It is your responsibility to look after your health and do everything that you can to heal, recover, and to prevent the onset of the disease, because prevention is better than cure. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep.